Tonight, the efforts to house migrants in New York City growing more chaotic as officials try to force some of them from this Manhattan hotel to a new shelter. The migrants protesting the move, instead sleeping on the street. Some of them say the conditions at the Brooklyn cruise ship terminal, which the city set up with 1,000 beds for single men, are unlivable, with reports from men who were there of only limited bathroom facilities.
We cross the street like this for take a shower and come back to this.
The city bused some people to the facility over the weekend, many who fled political turmoil and economic instability in Venezuela.
They feel safer sleeping in the streets rather than sleeping in what reminds them of an ICE detention center.
Several returned to Manhattan, warning others not to go, resulting in the sidewalk encampment under scaffolding.
Y a mí me toca desocupar mañana. Y me toca irme para allá, pero para allá no me voy porque de verdad eso no está apto para uno vivir allá.
But all of them will soon be forced to leave, the city saying the hotel will become a shelter strictly for families with children.
¿Qué te están diciendo? ¿Que se pueden quedar aquí o los van a mover?
Nos están dando, quiere que nos vayamos para Brooklyn para una, eso es como un campamento militar, algo bien feo.
Some of the men say they've been through constant displacement since leaving their home countries to being bused to New York from other states and now moving around various shelters or hotels. The city saying 42,000 asylum seekers have come here since last spring.
¿Cómo te sientes de toda la situación?
No, una cosa de loco, no pensé que esto me iba a pasar aquí. De verdad, y en este país tampoco.
The mayor's office in a statement saying, quote, "We continue to surpass our moral obligations," and insisting the Brooklyn site will provide the same services as other city-run relief centers. But local elected officials said in a joint statement their scheduled tour of the facility, supposed to be set up for the next 3 months, was postponed by the mayor's office, arguing if the shelter was ready for people to begin arriving Saturday, it should be ready for elected officials to visit on Monday. Despite the uncertainty, Ivan Pereira, who fled Venezuela, says he has faith.
¿Sabes dónde vas a dormir esta noche?
No. La verdad no tengo ni idea, ¿sabes? Solo tengo fe, yo tengo fe que esto se va a solucionar. No soy el único que está en esta situación. Pero bueno, les recuerdo que nosotros no vinimos de la selva, nosotros somos fuertes, somos guerreros, ¿verdad?
All right, Valerie Castro joins us now from Manhattan. Valerie, how many people have been sleeping outside in front of the hotel the last few nights?
Tom, mutual aid workers here tell us that there were about 50 people who slept outside on Saturday night. They said Sunday night it was between 80 and 100 people. Again, people are expected to camp here tonight. Over the weekend, the weather was actually mild by New York standards in January. But, Tom, the temperatures are expected to drop in the coming days.
You know, this increase in migrants coming to New York City has been a huge problem for the current mayor. Some people have criticized the number of bathrooms that have been available at that new shelter. What is the city saying about all these issues?
The city tells us that there are adequate bathroom facilities both inside the terminal building and in some trailers that were brought in. They tell us there are about 90 toilets available. They wouldn't specify how many showers. Again, people are concerned about the conditions once they arrive there. And we've asked the city if people are actually staying in that shelter. They tell us that there are people that have spent the night but couldn't specify exactly how many were staying there. Tom.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.